Today's guest, we have the incredible JAHMAR AMANI, a super fantastic visionary when it comes to photography. The way that he captures his subjects is amazing. The kindness and the discipline that he has as an individual is truly captivating. I've heard so many wonderful things about you, and I'm just like, I know that he has some wisdom, and here's a platform where I can hopefully help him tell his story.
Yes.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Closer. And I speak low, so it's like, well, thank you for having me on the show. I am nervous, but excited.
Where are you from?
I was originally born in Miami, Florida, but then I was sent to Jamaica, and then to the Bronx, and then Greenwich, Connecticut is where I spent majority of my life. So I was in Connecticut from 7 to 17.
7 to 17.
Yeah.
What were you interested in as a child? Were you into photography?
As a child, I was into destroying everything in sight. I was like a little monster. I literally I was crazy as a kid. But I was always creative. Like I always would at a young age, I learned how to make roses out of toilet paper. So I would make these my house would be covered in these toilet paper roses, and then I started making things out of toilet paper, and that's kind of the first sign where my mom was like, okay, he's kind of creative, he likes stuff. Then I got into paint, and just it was just always I always found ways to kind of make things out of something. That was my thing. Once I got to high school, middle school, I started cutting up my clothes, and then I started cutting up clothes for my mom. And when I was 11, I sketched out a dress, and my mom actually had it worn to a wedding. So I always kind of was into fashion and creating stuff and just being very crafty from a younger age.
Oh, that's cool. So through supposedly destruction, you find new innovation and create life into it. Oh, that's really cool. And especially
my life. It was a disaster, and now it's where it needs to be. So.
Oh, masterpieces.
Yeah. But it's good. I've enjoyed every segment of the creative process of my life. And now that I'm an adult and I look back, I feel like every 5 years has been a training for the next 5 years or the next 10 years. So, like I said, starting from making toilet paper roses to all the way, having a very successful career as a wardrobe stylist, working in some of the best retail chains around. I had a 16-year run with that. I've had a $1 million book where I've sold over $1 million in a year, multiple times for multiple companies, to doing hair and makeup at fashion shows and just everything creative. I've just kind of put my hand on it a little bit to kind of learn as much as I can about it.
Okay. So do you believe that in specialization, because you talk about how you diversified yourself, and it's I'm so interested in how other things work, especially in the industry that I'm in, and you picked each part and then you put yourself in there.
Yeah, literally. Literally. I do. I think, it makes sense for you. For me, photography, fashion, hair, it makes sense for me to want to learn those things or to put myself in those surroundings. So I think, for anyone that's starting or thinking about it, I would say start from the bottom. That whole saying, start from the bottom and literally work your way through and learn it. I fully believe that's true, because it only makes you better when you get to the, your point where you feel good about yourself. I think for me, all that training and all that stuff, now I have a confidence that I never had, and I didn't understand why I was going through all this stuff. I didn't understand why I was failing so many times, but all those things were training me, and now I can apply it to where I'm at now. I was a stylist I worked at Gucci, I worked at Scoop.
Okay.
So I would, I was a woman's ready-to-wear stylist, but even within that, working and standing in a store wasn't enough for me. So I found a way for me to kind of not be in the store, and I would just sell to my clients. I would take a bunch of clothes to their house and sell it. And
Wow.
yeah, that's how I kind of really got a lot of traction in sales, is that I just got comfortable selling to people from their homes. You know, I wouldn't wait for them to come to the store. I would just be like, okay, you know what? I'm coming to your house. And I got a lot of good merch. And, you know, it actually worked in my benefit because I was able to then show them and educate them how to use our product and mix it in with theirs. So it kind of really like boosted my sales because they liked the fact that I would bring it to their homes. They're comfortable. They can mix and match it with their stuff. And every store that I worked in, I just would apply that formula.
Wow.
Yeah. Even if they didn't have it, because I've worked at certain stores that they were like, oh, I don't know if corporate's gonna do that. And I was like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Have you always been entrepreneurial with your creativity?
I'd say yes.
Or did you grow into like, hey, I can use this and then I can apply the business aspect?
No, I've always wanted to do my own thing. Like, even, like I said, working in places, I always made my own lane, you know. For me, it's always, I've had a direction and an idea of what I wanted to do. So I just would kind of, I know I had to work and do these things, but I would always make it feel like it was mine, you know.
That's cool. That's cool. No, not that many people, like, you know, like communicate that.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. you found passion.
Yeah. Literally. I found passion, and I just, like I said, I've had an idea of what I want, where I want. Like, I've always visualized my life, and if for some reason it unfolds the way that I think about it, because I'm obsessive in my thoughts, and I obsess, and I keep thinking about it, to the point where, like, I'll picture myself, like, if I'm buying a car, like, I visualize myself actually going in and talking to the guy, and like, I do that with everything in my life, and literally, like, it will pan out that way. It sounds crazy, but it's worked for me, so I just keep doing it.
So, do you believe in like the law of attraction?
Yes. I'm living proof of it. 100%.
Are you, so based on what you're telling me, you're a very visual learner. Were you a visual learner? And then you also like
Yes.
kinetically, like I have to apply myself while I learn it like physically. So then I pick it up better.
Yeah. I mean, with me, if you tell me to read a book on photography and how to learn how to shoot and read, it'll be 50 years before that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm not reading that. But if you literally sat here and showed me once, like, I can get it, you know? Like, anything I look at, like, even training and jobs and stuff, they always told me, oh, you learn so fast. But I would just literally watch what they do, and I would just repeat it. Like, everything for me is watch and repeat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Then you're going to create your own show.
Pretty much. I had a podcast last year, but I had it with a friend, and it was cool. We were in the studio in Hatter and something. They have like a podcast thing that you can rent, a room that you can
there's
rent. Henry and Hatter. It's like a hairdressing
Oh, wow.
place, but in the back, it's like a barbershop, and they have like a
where the mafia sit, and then they
pretty
do
much.
podcasts.
And they do podcasts. So we had it. We did one season. It was good. Yeah, but it's not my thing. The whole like getting content every week and doing that. I have so many other things.
There's another one that I recommend, and I interviewed him. His name is Kendrick Vasquez. He is one of the founders of HGAB Studios.
Nice.
It's up in Wynwood,
Yeah.
and the renting space at the time is $30 an hour.
Yeah.
But then you can also do like this membership. So
And
like,
so you can do it reoccurring.
yeah, it's like maybe like, so if it's $30 an hour, you can probably do like $150 for 3 months.
Oh, nice.
Like, so it's like $450, but like for 3 months, but you get 10 hours, and
I like
then.
this though. I like the mobile podcast.
Yeah, I know. I love
It's
it
so
too.
Cool. I feel like you can.
I
like,
could go to people.
Yeah, and it's like you get them. You know, I like this feeling.
Yeah, if I had, some cocktails,
Yeah.
martinis, and some alcohol and wine to relax, and I'm just like, it's not on the budget yet.
Or in here because it's hot as hell. A fan.
Yeah. True.
I know, Veronica. Get it together.
So I hope you guys love this video and the videos that I have been producing. Let's go. I love the people, I love the guests. If there's any feedback that you would like to give me, please let me know in the comments below. If you can please subscribe. If there's any way that I can improve on it, let me know. I would be glad to hear it. And I also want to know what's on your mind. This is an ongoing conversation. I want to, understand you guys more. I want to provide more value, more content for you. So if there's anything that I can do, just please let me know. I'll gladly help out to the best of my abilities to provide you this content.
You're crushing it, bro. Let's go.